Managing MSSQL databases in Plesk. This tutorial will show you how to manage MSSQL databases in Plesk. For this demonstration, we logged into Plesk as the admin user. If you're logging in as a client or domain administrator, the navigation will differ slightly and some of the options will not be available in your control panel. Whenever possible, we will note the differences in access levels in this tutorial. Click the Domains link. Click the domain name. Under a client's panel, the domains owned by that client will be listed at the bottom of the main menu, accessed by clicking the Home link in the navigation panel on the left. Click the Databases icon. Under a Domain Administrator's panel, the Databases icon is located in the main menu, accessed by clicking the Home link in the navigation panel on the left. Let's add a new MSSQL database. Click the Add New Database icon. Enter the database name. Because we previously enabled the option in the database preferences for the server, Plesk will add a prefix to the database name we enter that is based off of the user for the domain. This option is useful to prevent conflicts between databases for different domains. For more information about configuring this option, refer to the tutorial Configuring Database Options in Plesk. Select the type. If you have multiple servers configured, select which one you want to use. Plesk will come with a local MSSQL server pre-configured. For more information about managing database server engines, refer to the tutorial Configuring Database Options in Plesk. Plesk also gives the option to automatically restore the database from a database backup. Click the OK button. Now let's add a database user. Click the Add New Database User icon. Enter the database user name. Plesk will also add a prefix to the database username we enter that is based off of the user for the domain to prevent conflicts between database users for different domains. This option is also configured under the database preferences for the server. Enter a new password. Enter the confirm password. Click the OK button. In order to connect to the database from a remote location, you will need to make sure the rule that allows traffic on the port is enabled in the firewall. You will also need to add an exception for your local IP address to the IP security or IPsec or IPsec service policies in the system via an RDP session. For security reasons, remote connections to MSSQL are blocked by default. For more information on configuring the firewall, refer to the tutorial Configuring the Firewall in Plesk. This icon will open My Little Admin. From here, you can manage the database structure as well as the content stored in the database. To maintain security and integrity within Plesk, the ability to create and remove databases from MyLittleAdmin has been disabled for the database user. For more information on using MyLittleAdmin, refer to the documentation on the vendor's website at the following URL. For more information about using MSSQL in general, refer to the documentation on the vendor's website at the following URL. Now let's reset the password for the database user. Click the name. Enter the database user name. Enter a new password. Enter the confirm password. Click the OK button. Now let's look at one way to configure a connection to the database. Click the link. Click the ODBC Data Sources icon. Open Database Connectivity, or ODBC, is a standard for providing connections via an Application Programming Interface, or API, allowing one connector interface to be used to connect to multiple types of databases. More information about ODBC can be found at the following URL. The ODBC Data Sources icon is also in the main menu of the Domain Administrators panel. Clients will need to select the domain for which they want to configure ODBC connections and then use the ODBC Data Sources icon in that domain's main menu. You can use ODBC to connect to a MSSQL database if you wish, but this is usually not needed unless you're using an application that is pre-configured to use ODBC for the database connection. Click the Add New ODBC DSN icon. Enter the connection name. Enter the connection description. Select the driver. Click the OK button. Enter the login ID. Enter the password. Enter the database name. You can test the connection by clicking this button. Click the Next button. Click the Finish button. If we want to edit the settings, Click the connection name. Click the Finish button to save any changes. Since we aren't making any changes, click the Cancel button to return. Next, let's remove the connection. Click the checkbox to select the connection. Click the Remove Selected link. Click the Confirm Removal checkbox. Click the OK button. Now let's go back and add another user to the database. Click the link. Click the database's icon. Click the name. Click the Add New Database User icon. Enter the database user name. Enter a new password. Enter the Confirm password. Click the OK button. Although each database can have multiple users, Plesk doesn't allow users permission to connect to more than one database. Plesk also does not give any option to change the permissions for database users. Permissions can be adjusted by the master user manually to override this. However, this is not recommended, as it is contrary to the way Plesk is designed to function and can have undesired results when attempting to manage databases and database users using Plesk. Next, let's change the default user used to access My Little Admin. Click the checkbox to select the user. Click the Make Default for Web Admin link. Now let's remove the original user. Click the checkbox. Click the Remove Selected link. Click the Confirm Removal checkbox. Click the OK button. This icon can be used to generate a backup of the database. This icon can be used to manage the backups for this database that are in the repository. Database backups can also be generated and managed using the backup icon located in the main menu for the domain. For more information on managing database backups, refer to the tutorial Managing Backups in Plesk. Finally, let's remove the database. Click the database's link. Click the checkbox to select the database. Click the Remove Selected link. Plesk will also remove any database users that have been added for the database. Click the Confirm Removal checkbox. Click the OK button. Congratulations! You now know how to manage MSSQL databases in Plesk.